Welcome to our color theory chapter. This is probably one of the most important chapter, and I don't think artists really give it that much attention except if you are a serious professional artist. Color theory is not only for makeup artists, but hair artists, painters, anybody that plays with color need to understand how they go together, what to put next to each other, how to mix color to create a color. So it is extremely important. It is more important for us makeup artists because we're working with flesh, we're working with skin tone. We have bones, we have shadows, and you want to be able to complement all those colors to the colors of your customers. Color theory also will help you if you're going to get into the editorial makeup business because you want to be able in one choice of color to transmit that message. Um, it can be a tranquility message or an energetic message. Tranquility, I will choose blue. So understanding color will help you tremendously in your business. I am going to try to make it as easy as possible for all of you to understand it um, because it can be complicated, but I'm going to just keep focusing it into makeup artistry. So let's start. Let's have fun. You will need a color wheel, and you always want to be carrying it with you in your kit if you're still a beginner. The color wheel will help you dramatically in just understanding what color to mix to create and get to the shade that you're looking for. Um, a makeup artist color wheel, you will see it, we're going to be putting it up, will have a skin tone to it, and that will actually help you also nail that undertone perfectly. A let's talk about the color wheel, just the basic color wheel. A color wheel will have the primary color, which actually are the red, blue, and yellow. Color in general is light, and whatever material is reflecting that light, we're going to see those color. Um, our job is to train our eyes to look a little bit beyond when we're dealing with the skin so we can perfect the shade of color. Whenever you're doing anything related to makeup, hair, or anything that require you to really look at color, make sure you have the perfect lighting first. As you can see in this picture, light can affect how you see color. If you have a warm light, like a yellow light, this eyeshadow is actually just plain brown eyeshadow. It will look warmer. It will look like it have gold inside of it. Versus if you use a cool light, which is actually more of a blue light, it will actually reflect blue into the brown and the color will look a little bit deeper and cooler. But if you're using white light, you will see the shade of the brown as it is, and you can actually choose the color that will go with it. Will it be the best shade to use on your customer skin tone? So it's very, very important to have the perfect lighting. So you want to start there. If you don't have a professional setup, all what you need is change your light bulb into a daylight bulb or a white light bulb. It will help tremendously for you to be able to see what you're going to work with. So when you mix two primary color, like a blue and a yellow, you're going to get what we call secondary color. Sorry for my accent. And that will be green. Okay. If you mix the blue with red, you're going to end up with more of a violet color. Now, when you mix a primary color and a secondary color, for example, let's take a green and a yellow, you're going to create what we call a tertiary color, which is more of a lime green color, which has more of that hint of yellow. I will recommend all of you to pick up even coloring box or acrylic paint and play. Create as many shades as you can by controlling how much of a primary color you put versus how much of a secondary color. You can create a whole range of shadows. Now, why this is important? You're not going to be able to carry in your kit every single eyeshadow or every single lip color or every single shade of foundation. By mastering how to mix color together, your kit will be very minimum and you can come up with any color you want. Okay. Now, the color wheel itself is divided into a warm section and a cool section. The warm section will be your reds and orange shades, and your cool section will be your blues and the yellow shades. You have to know if your customer is a cool or a warm or maybe a neutral. A cool person will be actually have a little bit of pink in her skin. She will be able or wear silver jewelry, look better in them. A warm person will have more of that yellow in the skin, and they will look better in wearing gold jewelry and warmer color. Now, there is those exception, like myself, which we are a neutral. A neutral is a person who have a little bit of both, maybe a little bit of pink and a little bit of gold, or maybe even a little bit of yellow and a little bit of green in their skin. That's my case. In a situation like that, if you master how to mix and adjust your foundation, you can create the perfect shade of foundation. And we're going to actually later on play with that on my own skin so that you can see how I create my own shade, because I can never find a pre-mixed foundation in the market for me.